Okay, let me get our music going. Okay, good now, Martin, Linda, Lauren, Ray, Pam, Natalia, Kara, joining from Vermont. I love it. Welcome from Vermont. Well, welcome. Yeah, something like that. Oh, goodness. Aw, thank you, Natalia, for loving on Kara. Good now, Poonam. Let us free flow with the Friday. Yes, good now, Georgiana. Good now again, Helen. Um, and I'll read Pam's paragraph in a minute. Good now, Stephanie, number 2. Wendy, Linda. Good now, love. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Give me a second. I click on this, other windows pop up. Good now, Michelle. I love those clouds. Who else has popped in? Alicia. Good now, love. And who else? Miss Bethany. All right. Okay. Free Flow Friday, and I have some great news. Danny and I were highlighted in the organization that I work for with him called New Hope on their Facebook page. It was an honor, and I was so surprised. It was of us working at BJ's together, shopping for his mother. He gets the milk on his own and can check out on his own with help. I'm his direct service professional and enjoy my work very much. I love that, Pam. That is so, so, so sweet. Thank you, Kara. 11 on Pam. Look forward to Free Flow Fridays on Mondays. Rhonda says, congratulations, as does Natalia. I love that, Pam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so beautiful. I love when smiles are put on my face. Y'all, let me tell y'all. I tried to make my normal, like I've made this before, a moringa matcha latte. But this, I used a scoop that was like, I think twice. Moringa is really, really earthy. I just left it in the kitchen because I'm gonna need like my whole thing of milk to make that latte like thin out a little bit. Ooh, it was not delicious. I was like, yep, not drinking this. Not at this moment. I'll fix it later because time just flew by. So that was the other reason it took me a second to get logged in here. Good now, Renee. Wendy says, lovely, good news, Pam. Pam says, thank you. It feels great to be appreciated as one of the jobs I teach. Swimming at the is at the complete opposite, and love the students I teach. Good now, Kim. Love, love, love moringa tea. I do too when I don't put too much in there because I have the powdered. Mm, mm, mm. I should have used a bag. I don't think I have any more bags left. Congratulations, Pam. Well done to you both from Helen. If anyone is new here, we've got Wendy and Kim. I don't know if Caitlin's here. Our teachers here on IT. Please check them out when you have the opportunity. Kim says, I had to stay asleep this morning. It was a slumber emergency. Look, you know, you've already met me. Sleep first, meditate next. I will always say that. So, yay. Good for you. I'm glad you got some extra sleep. Bethany says, good now, Nicole, Poonam, Natalia, Pam, Lauren, Linda, Rhonda, everyone here. Long time no see. I've been sleeping well. I'm so glad, Bethany. I love it, love it, love it. Pup was up and at 3. Oh, goodness. There you are. Caitlin. Caitlin is also a teacher here on IT. So please check her out. Good now, Sarah. And if there are any other teachers I am not aware of, please, please let us know in the chat. Yes, let us. Let us know. If you're a teacher here on IT, join the Travel Toastmasters group, and I have a meeting on Zoom with the person who sponsored me into the group. Awesome, awesome. I love it. Great now, superb souls. I love it, Robin. Great now. You just came off your live. I thought I was like, I feel like Sarah's a teacher. Thank you, Sarah. Love it, love it. Welcome in. So Sarah is also a teacher here. I feel like that face looks familiar. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. What else is good this morning? Did Poonam pop back in? Poonam, how's your tea? Because I broke mine. Caitlin says was meeting the new foster cat. Eee! Moonlight. Oh my goodness. She's a pretty white cat with some little calico colored patches on her. Oh my goodness. I am anticipating a picture. That's all I gotta say. That's special, Caitlin. Are you fostering? Yep, she's fostering. Face you have a face you can't forget. Apparently, I do too. Cause look, I there was a time way back in the day, not way back in the day. How many? It was a couple years ago. It was way probably about 10, 12 years ago. I was at the courthouse just updating some business documents, and a girl stopped me. She was like, "Batiste?" I was like, "Yeah." She remembered me from the reserves back in '96. And I'm like, see, this is why I won't sit on the jury of a murder trial, because what I won't do is convict someone and then they remember this face. Nope, we're not doing it. So, not doing that. Okay, let's see. Sarah is a newer teacher here, and I love watching her work, her magic. I love it. Sarah, if you like to share, what do you do, my love? Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Sarah says she sounds so sweet, Caitlin. Oh, dog got to meet her too. They did a nice job with each other. Nosy sniffs. Oh my goodness. Little hissing, but dog stayed chill. That's so sweet. So sweet. Right, Sarah? Like this, we're not doing this. Natalia said had a blast at the World Vitiligo. I keep wanting to say a Vitiligo conference last weekend. It was such a great time and lots of education. Such a powerful experience. Looking forward to going back next year. I love it. If anyone is not familiar with it, I do. Natalia sent me the link. I need to add it to the Lettuce Fam doc. Um, and hold on, sorry. I see we need to celebrate wifey too. Okay, just putting your business all out there. Let's see. I'm gonna just show y'all the screen real quick once it comes up. So this was. It's just I'll share the link in the Lettuce Fam doc, but Natalia, if you want to share a little bit about it, if you're awake enough, please feel free to, because I don't want to speak ignorantly. I know a little bit about it only by visually. I don't know anything else, so I don't want to like just speak all not good, like just make it up stuff. I'm not gonna do that. I am not educated on that. Pam says, I'll check you out, Sarah. I love sharing and supporting teachers on IT. Pam is not lying. Bethany, Robin says, Bethany, welcome back. Glad you're sleeping well. I love it. Jessica says, oh no, tooth broke. Yikes. We'll tell us the name of your YouTube channel, please. And thank you. Yes. Tooth broke? What did I miss? I am that everywhere. The tubular, the G of I, the book of face, but I don't really post very often on those. But as you can reach me on all of those platforms. The stack of sub, the N of linked. Okay. Where am I? Moonlight is a lovely name. It is. Congratulations on fostering your new fur baby. I love it. Wendy says, apparently I look familiar. I look familiar looking face. So many people around the world tell me I look like someone they know. That is too funny. Natalia says, congrats on fostering, and I love the name. I do too. I highlighted Natalia and the Vitiligo Foundation in my last newsletter. You did. Jessica, oh, thank you, Wendy. The tube channel, Nicole. Thank you. Good now, Nancy. Nancy says, Caitlin, you all are so wonderful for fostering. Thank you. Oh. Sarah says, I'm a medium who changed my life for the better in my 50s. I mediumship reading and usually tarot readings live, though today I was talking about the root chakra. Then went off on a tangent. Welcome to the club. You're awake enough? Awesome, Natalia. Feel free to share or educate us as much as you feel called to. Caitlin says she has a sister, Rain. Oh my goodness. A black striped tabby with brownish accents and teeny little dots of white, cute places. Our kitty, Lil Mellow, is being a brat and hiding, but I think everyone will adjust. I have high hopes and lots of optimism for them. I love that. Natalia says she's grateful for the feature. Buen dia, Laura. Buen dia. Buen ahora. Ben says, thank you, Robin. I've also been trying not to isolate, which is hard when dealing with 2 recent losses, but I tend not to come back and then get lonely. I'm trying not to do that this time. Oh, Bethany, big hugs. I am grateful that you are choosing you in a way that is nourishing for you. Jessica says, thank you, and thanks, Wendy, too. We love tangents here, yes. I call them squirrels. Wendy calls them trains. Bethany says, Sarah, I've recently entered my feral 50s and am loving it. I love it, love it, love it. I feel like that's such a magical number. 40s definitely feels different from the 30s. It's like there was a veil, and the veil kind of lifted a little bit. Like you have this revelations more than you had in the 30s. At least that's been my experience so far. So I'm looking forward to when I get to 50. It's not far off. I call my F it 50s. F off the old Wendy. Aw. Scott says, nice, Wendy. Thanks for the love and support and encouragement, friend. You're so welcome. Laura says, 56 when I changed my life and turned it around 180. I love it. I love it. Natalia says, it is pronounced vitiligo. Vitiligo. Vitiligo? Vitiligo? I'm okay. I was like, I could have sworn it was LIGO. Okay, vitiligo. It's a designation of the skin that can affect anyone from any nationality. It can start small and can also become more aggressive. Some individuals are completely depigmented over time. I have lived with it since since I was 9 years old, and I am 46 now. Michael Jackson lived with this and had an aggressive depigmentation before he passed. Thank you. I didn't know the term depigmentation. That makes sense. Outside of the depigmentation, are there other experiences? Like, is it more sensitive in certain areas, or if you care to share. Caitlin says, coming up on 40, was thinking about how fast October is going to be here. Scott says, can relate, just turned 40. Perfect. 50s, I believe you find out what you're here for. You come into your own. Sarah, do you know your human design? So I am a 6 profile. So that resonates more with me more than you could, honestly. Still keep autocorrecting. Fantastic, Laura. I know. Scott says, I wake up with a pounding chest. With tightness. As soon as I wake up, I think about broken relationships. It feels horrible. Any advice? Yes, absolutely. Give me 1 second. Let me get through the rest of the chat, and I'll come back to that. My words are messed up because the autocorrect. Honey, it's okay. Somehow I can usually read through them, unless it's Justin. Sometimes Justin will. I don't know what Justin be saying sometimes. I missed you guys. We had a serious heat wave here, and my phone didn't survive. It was really eye-opening to me how much I get from this community. It felt all wrong not being here. So good to be here with you all. We missed you too, Miss Helen. And I'm glad you were able to join. And good grief with the heat. Yeah, the phones don't really like heat much at all, ever. Wendy says, after the menopause, so many of us realize that we don't need to prove anything to anyone. We can actually do whatever we want, needing zero approvals from anyone ever. It is so incredibly freeing. Seems to happen heaps around the 50s. I'm so here for it. I'm here for it too. I'm also here for cultivating that in people as young as possible. Like, that's why I play that poem. I've played for the group before, and I'll play it again if y'all are interested. But I love it, and I'm coming back to you, Scott. I haven't forgotten about you. We have to wear sunscreen. We can easily burn in the sun, and it can produce more spots. Got you. Thank you. Ray asks, is it autoimmune? Oh, you probably already. Rhonda says, just turned 61 and I'm about to kick ass and take names. Ayy, unapologetically me. That's what I'm talking about. Eehee. Natalie says, Ray, yes, it is autoimmune related, but some people have it without autoimmune challenges. Natalie says, when I turned 40, I entered I stopped caring about what others think. I don't need to prove anything and just live. Yes, Rhonda B, you love it. Oh, is that not what you wrote? Oh, you see how I read Just Live and didn't even notice. Yes, I wish it was taught in schools for boys and girls. Your opinion is all that ever matters. Yep. Bethany says, I'm 51 and I've never loved myself so deeply and had such authentic self-respect. I've truly stepped into my own power and am a rebel who has finally found my voice. Love it, love it, love it. Renee says, I turned 59. I agree, Wendy and Rhonda. I'm actually just fine. Heading into my 60s, I think each decade just keeps getting better and better. Yes, yes, yes. Woohoo, Rhonda is always getting better. Love it. You go, Bethany. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, back to Scott. Scott, is this a thing that happens regularly? And what is your bedtime routine like? Like, I have so many questions because the question that you asked is not, there's no one size fits all type thing. There's so many circumstances that are involved that would be good to take into consideration. And while you were replying, I will say good now to folks I have not said good now to. Good now, John V. Audrey, did I say good now to you out loud? I don't know if I did. So good now if I hadn't. Linda. It messes me up sometimes because I was like, was that the 5:30 sit that I say good now, or was that and Poonam, if you answered me about your tea, I completely missed it and I apologize. Good now, Lauren. Oh my goodness. Who else? Alicia, good now. Okay. Y'all met me. Like, did I say it this time or last time? Good now, Martin again. Jennifer Cook, good now, love. Over years, it wasn't always this bad. My wife and I split up. We have children. The whole routine for years got shattered. My bedtime routine is all over the place. I've just now started self-care at 40. Okay. Thank you for sharing, for one. Good now, Belinda. Start there. Start with your night routine. Intentionally. If this is helpful, it could be helpful. But one of the foundational things to mental health and mental challenges is sleep. If you're not getting good sleep, that is where you need to start, because it's hard for your nervous system to relax and take on anything that is extra beneficial for it if you're not getting good sleep. You'll slightly be in fight or flight mode when you're not getting enough sleep. Your brain is not able to process things properly. Your emotions, your eating, all that is affected when you're not getting good sleep. I will let her sleep and take on the toddler at night. I haven't slept right in 3 years. Okay. Yep. Start there. And maybe my next experiment will be the sleep experiment. I just did one with myself, and y'all know me. I do have, and if you're interested, Scott, not to self promote, but I do have a retreat in September. That's a sleep retreat. But anyway, outside of that, work on your nighttime routine. Set the circumstances for nighttime to be friendly to you. If you know, are you typically a night owl? Outside of all the things, are you night owl, morning person? Like knowing that will also help. And let me see what you're a night owl. Okay. Do you have a job that is conducive to being a night owl? Because that also plays a role. Okay. Okay, so it becomes a little bit more challenging. So what I ask clients to do usually is just to work backwards. Like, what time do you have to be up to be able to get to where you need to go in the morning, and then count backwards from there. At least 7 hours of sleep, and so like with me, 7 hours of sleep. I need to be in bed 8:30, 9, something like that. I start winding down at 7. I turn off all the lights in the house. I recently bought glasses that make it appear like it's dusk, because it's still bright as heck at 8 o'clock at night here right now. And when you do that, that helps the melatonin start to build up in your system, and you become tired. Also, if you're consuming caffeine after midday because you're trying to keep up, try to minimize caffeine, because it has a half-life. So even after you finish drinking, it's still in your system for like 6 hours. So try to minimize that. Any stimulants and any alcohol, if you do drink. It's so funny. It's actually better to drink in the morning because it gives time for it to get out your system before you go to bed. So there's so many things. But it's a lot of self-compassion, a lot of self-forgiveness will also help. And let me catch up with what everybody is saying. I know that's why I was like, it's not a simple just do this type thing. There's so many things with it. Like there's emotional challenges that are contributing and all that. So let me see. Bethany says, I used to seriously hate myself, think I have deserved anything bad that happened to me. I lost it. Okay. I was a doormat, needed external validation, blah, blah, blah. I've worked very hard at healing my complex PTSD and my nervous system. Bethany, same. I feel like anybody does the recovered self-hate club, we need to have a conversation, because that was me too. Like my feeling of I deserve anything that bad happened to me was unconscious. I didn't even realize. The only time it was conscious was when I did something that I felt was stupid, and then I would beat myself up about it, and that was the only time it was conscious. Other than that, it was always unconscious. Thank you, Robin, for loving on Scott. Recommend breath work for calming. Perhaps look into EMDR if it's available to you. Yeah, and with a trained person initially. There's so many options. The fun and also not so fun thing is trying different modalities to see what resonates with you and your nervous system. There's tapping, and tapping doesn't even necessarily have to be tapping. Even if you just press on to certain points, it can help. Different energy medicines, different acupuncture, but it just depends on where you are. I would love to work with you, but yeah. Let's see. Helen says, I hear you, Scott. It's hard when the negative turns up right on awakening. Like Nicole says, I breathe and breathe and breathe through it to turn down the volume on it, even just a bit. It's taken me lots of practice. Yeah. Thank you, Helen, to get there. And when you're not in need of doing that, that's when I try to encourage building that muscle when you don't need it, so that when you do need it, you don't have to, it won't be so effortful to use it, to recall it. Poonam says, indeed, I agree. Having a consistent night routine is good in general. Doesn't matter what anyone is going through. I understand it takes a lot of, it makes a lot of difference for the mood the next day. Yeah, it does. Scott, that's a lot of change. I suggest consulting a counselor to help you sort it out. Thank you, Ray, for sure. Laura says the same with Bethany with the self-hate and all that external validation. That was me. Thank you for the suggestions. I like the idea of working backwards. Thank you for taking the time to acknowledge me. You're so welcome. Day drinking for your health. I just started with one a few weeks ago, Ray. Thank you. Awesome sauce. I'm saying, it gets it out of your system so that when you go to sleep at night, it doesn't interfere with your sleep. I mean, that's why mimosas are great. Ray says, and yes, Robin, EMDR is very helpful. Good now, Steve. Steve says, good morning, everyone. Peace and love. Thank you, love. Lynn says, Scott, there are so many tracks on IT to assist with sleep, be it yoga nidra, guided sleep meditations, music, sleep meditations. Yeah, that is, to me, that is the foundation. So when I'm working with people, that is the first thing I start to address is the sleep, because if your brain is not being washed at night, because that's what sleep does, it washes your brain. If it's not washing your brain, then you're like trying to hear through the gook that was not washed out. So yeah, let's see. Thank you all. Will do. You're welcome, Scott. Reading the thread and catching up. Good now, everyone. Good now, Lily. Bethany says, I used to live in fight or flight, was always hypervigilant, and the cat would jump on the bed and I'd jump off. I have severe fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, secondary to PTSD. What is it? Cortisol poisoning? Is that what it's called? I've not heard it called that. I hate that physical symptom hijack my day because it keeps those people from those traumas in my face. That's still occasionally a challenge to keep it separate. Thank you, Bethany, for sharing. The more you can find ways to feel safe in your own body, the easier it becomes to not be as reactive to things. But even if you do find yourself being reactive, the next thing is the self-compassion after you've gotten to a place where you realize, oh wait, I am safe. And you just love on yourself extra much in that moment. Jessica says, Scott, thanks for sharing your place and time sharing your place and time as a healer. Also, community helps, friendships, and IT family. This group is so supportive. And EMDR, Robin, I am in the process of MDR treatment. Love it. Thank you, Jessica. Linda says, building the muscle, yes, every day. Totally agree, Nicole. Thank you, thank you. Scott says, good morning, Steve. Love it. All right, morning, Scott, and thank you for sharing. No sleep can create adrenal fatigue too. Hard cycle with no sleep. It is, and it can become a repeating thing, because what can end up happening is you're exhausted in the morning, so you consume caffeine to try to wake up. And of course, what caffeine does, it blocks the receptors that for the adenosine to help you get sleepy at night. And so what's interesting is that adenosine, that I want to go to sleep chemicals in the body, it keeps building until caffeine gets out of the way, and then it can fill those receptors. So that's where the crash comes from, because the adenosine is going to still, like, the body's still going to do what it does naturally. And so that it's time to go to sleep signal will keep building and building and building, and while caffeine is sitting in the receptors happily helping you stay awake, once the caffeine finally dissipates, adenosine just, and then you have that crash. So that's why it's really important to minimize. So as we're starting to get to the point where we're waking up, cortisol does come into the system, and not as a fight or flight thing, but it comes into the system kind of wake you up So if you ever feel like, if anybody's noticed, like if you've had a pretty good night's sleep, you feel kind of hot when you're waking up, it's because the cortisol started, like things are starting to move. So it could, Scott, but it's not likely the adrenaline unless you've had a nightmare or something. It could trigger that. The stress overload for such a prolonged period and the CPTSD, yes, it is like extra OD on cortisol. I think that one is the stress hormone. Yep, cortisol is. What I don't miss is the constant nightmares and night tattoos and flashbacks. Yeah, I'm glad, Bethany. I'm so glad you don't have that. You know what? I'm taking a sleep certification course, and it was talking about the nightmares that people with PTSD have, and it was interesting perspective. It was a sleep lady who studies dreams, not sleep lady. She's been studying dreams, and she says, because we usually have a couple of sleep cycles throughout the night when you're sleeping properly, and that's it. Those sleep cycles help process things that you've experienced, and the nightmares, if they wake you up, then it doesn't continue. It doesn't. Your brain is not able to process it. And the challenge when we wake up in the middle of the night, we don't start back from where we left off. We start way back at the beginning again. So we may not even get through all the sleep cycles. So it can just be, uh, what's the word? A cycle that is just, it's hard to get out of. The only time I feel like you can kind of get out of it is maybe on a weekend if you are very intentional, if or a couple of days that you don't have to work. Um, but if you're still like working and you're still having to keep up, it can be very challenging. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Oh, Lucy, where do I keep up? Let's see. Ray says, and I find it useful to go into the lower body for getting to sleep. Ooh, Ray, do you want to share more? I love that. Love that. Terror is not tattoos. I was like, you know what? Tattoos can be very frightening. So those are good. I have no tattoos because I just feel like I would not be able to handle it. Although I will say, I feel like my pain tolerance has increased since meditating. So maybe I can handle a tattoo. Sarah says, I was talking about the root chakra in my live this morning and totally believe that by working on your root chakra, it helps us feel safe and secure in our own body. And it's life, the foundations of a house, like the foundations of a house. Without them, it crumbles. So my advice would be to work on the base chakra. I hope you don't. Oh, honey, Sarah, this community. I am not the know-it-all. Trust me. Thank you I appreciate the consideration. Please share your knowledge. Like, there are not everything I say will resonate. So I encourage everyone to share what they know, what they experience, because it will hit however it hits and whoever is supposed to hear it. Yes. Thank you for the consideration. But yes, please share all the things. Good now, Dolphin. Pam says, stay cool, happy 4th, and thank you, Nicole, for providing this space and your wisdom with us all. You're so welcome, Pam. Caitlin, 100% thank you. What did Caitlin say? What did I miss? Okay, yes. Okay. I didn't miss it. Yay. And where am I? Helen says, oh my goodness, Bethany, thank you for sharing. That's exactly it. The physical pain, keeping those faces in mind, explains exactly what I'm experiencing too. That helps me understand me more. Cheers, Bethany. Yes. See, every time Helen pops in this space, I'm telling y'all, she gets a new light bulb. Helen, you've collected a lot of light bulbs. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. They're illuminating your soul more and more. I am so happy for you. I will say it is hard. Well, I'm not gonna. My trauma response is amnesia. So I don't remember the face of people who assaulted me when I was young. As I got older, I do. But when I was a child, I don't remember the face, which actually kind of scares me because clearly I look the same. We said that earlier. I can even show you a baby picture of me, and I, with my hair kind of like this, but a lot curlier, before I started doing all the crazy things to it. Um, and I look very similar. And I'm like, what if he walks by and sees me, and I don't know it's him? It's just that part is kind of unnerving. But if there is anything that's like really hard to see, it's hard for me to get out of my head. Um, so yeah, let's see. Mm, Scott says probably the cortisol. Then that's not a fun chemical. It's definitely a needed chemical, cortisol, um, just not prolonged exposure to it. Um, I think for you, the reason right now it's not so fun is because of what comes to mind as soon as you wake up. And this is why I'm like, the nighttime routine really matters. Because as you saw, I just published, the IT just published a thing. I always say tomorrow starts tonight. So the last thing you focus on before you go to bed is what's feeding your dreams and your sleep, and it brings you into the next morning. And then what you focus on throughout the day is what gets strengthened at night during the sleep. So when you catch yourself in a place that you're like, I don't want to stay here, I don't want to be here, as soon as you catch it, start to shift it, because that is how you'll start to rewire and allow your system to recognize, like, this is the level of consciousness I want to maintain. This is where I'm headed. Because when we have been in this state for a long time, your body's like, this is the normal. What are you trying to do? So it may fight you as you try to come up out of it, but be consistent and persistent about coming up out of it. Every time you catch it, without judging yourself, just giving yourself plenty of compassion and patience, especially if you've been in this state for a long, long time, because you're rewiring your brain, you're rewiring the chemical structure in your system, and it doesn't happen overnight, especially if it's been chronic. Okay. Happy 4th of July, Pam to Steve. Jennifer says, I found yoga helps me get into my body too. Yes. Yeah, I'm looking forward to yoga teacher training in next month. Oh my goodness, next month. Caitlin says, oh, friends, FYI, July is Disability Visibility and Awareness Month, so hi. And sending love to all those friends. Thank you, Caitlin. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Bethany says, Sarah, I've done so much work on my root chakra. It used to be like an old, creaky, hostile engine, sputtering and spitting thick goo. Bethany, I love it. Pam said, I'm still here outside watering the plants before it gets too hot. Love that. I know your plants say thank you. Natalia says, I agree about the root chakra work, yoga, and Reiki. All of these has helped me when I was sleep deprived from an illness years ago. Thank you, Natalia. Yeah. It's so amazing how Western medicine does not really acknowledge the energy body. But the energy body plays a huge role on the physical body. So getting the energy body in balance is so, so important. Excuse me. Sarah says, that's exactly how I run my circles. What I say might not resonate, but what someone else says can hit the spot for someone. Yes, yes, yes. Ray says, I place my hands. Where are we at? I place my hands on my thighs and invite healing energy to flow, wakefulness to dissipate, and sleep to find me quickly. Oh, Ray, I love that. Can I steal it? I still, you know what? As I was doing my walk this morning, Ray, the meditation that you shared in a group, I have it. I will record it this weekend, and I will credit you. And I would like to steal your thing that you shared about just now, and record that if you would like, if I can. Sarah says, so do you feel the difference? Yes, yes, yes. Big hugs, and feel the energy flow downward and out of the soles of my feet. I love it. I feel like that could resonate with folks as well, because it's very easy to visualize and experience. Robin says, I also recommend trying, if safe for you, homeopathic Ignatia Amara by French company. I like that company. Little tabs help with overwhelm, grief, sleeplessness, anxiety. Very, very helpful, Scott. Ooh, thank you, Robin. I didn't even think about them. I can show you one of the vials because when I would sometimes have uh, any type of allergy symptoms. I mean, we've talked about this before. I don't experience allergy like I used to. I had seasonal allergies, but they have one for sinus, and I think it's in my bathroom. Perdoneme, talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I lied. I must have thrown it in a purse somewhere. But they're little tiny vials. Some of them. Sometimes they have vials, and they're sublingual, which means under the tongue. So they melt under the tongue, which is where you have. It's like a quick access to your system under your tongue. But they're sublingual melting tabs, which is also nice. They're probably in a purse somewhere, and I rarely use purses, so who knows where the things are. Let's see. I do root, go up, back. I just grab this. Root, go up, back to root, go up more, back to root. I knew when I started chakra work, I'd be in it for the long haul. I love that, Bethany. Thank you. That's also a good visual. I'm gonna be like, so I might have to start a series, Lettuce Fam Meditations, or whatever. So I can be like, and then it'll be Bethany or Ray. Okay. Martin says, tomorrow doesn't exist, it's always only now. The only place where tomorrow exists is in the imagination. Abso-stinkin'-lutely. And it's so hard to, it's not hard, but it can be hard to grasp that because everything is based on a calendar and we got plans and da-da-da. But yeah, that's why I end the lives with create the most amazing now moments, because all we have is this now moment. Thank you, Martin. Jennifer says, I had night terrors most of my life, and through practice, I have not had a nighter, and I don't know when. I wish the best of luck. Sleep schedule. And magnesium is a game changer for me. Also, remember your room has to be dark and cold. Yes. Yep. That's why I say conditions for sleep. And honestly, your core body temperature drops anyway when you start. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, it drops when you're meditating. If you're deep in meditation, I don't know if you noticed you get cold. I do, which is why I always have a heater or something on. But also when melatonin starts to rise, your core body temperature starts to drop. That's kind of a signal like it's time to start getting ready for bed. But yes, it's, as you probably just even experience in day, like when it's hot as crap outside, it's just hard to do anything. But if it's cold, you can always get warmer. So yes, having a cooler room, find the temperature for yourself. For me, it's 68. Cool room, dark. And because at 8 o'clock at night, because I go to bed so early, I have a sleep mask, and it has been a game changer for me. Like I take off my night vision goggles, as I call them, and I don't even open my eyes. I close my eyes, I take them off, I put on my mask, and then I do my TM night technique, and then I lay my butt down, and I am out within a few minutes. Well, not probably It takes me longer to fall asleep now as I settle in than it used to, which if you fall asleep as soon as your head hits the pillows because you're not, usually more than likely because you're not getting enough sleep, um, you should ease into sleep. That was another thing that came out of the training so far, is that sleep is not something you go to, it's something you, how did he put it? You don't go to sleep. And that's where like that concept of sleep opportunity comes from. uh, you don't go to sleep like we go to work, like you go when you need to go, but easing into sleep is better instead of trying to go to sleep, because then you go to bed when you're like, I need 6 hours of sleep, so you go to bed when you are in the bed for 6 hours, but you may not really get the 6 hours, so you need to go to bed or get in bed a little earlier than that, so that you can get that 7 or 6 hours, however many you need. um Catching up. My goodness, I am so behind. Dolphin. Um, I'm sure that's already been answered, but there are magnesium tablets. Um, there's powders. I would say first see what you can do on your own. Try it for like a couple weeks with just the tips. The cooler evening, the cooler. Make sure it's cooler in the room. Make sure it's dark. Get some dark blackout curtains. And then if it's still a bit challenging, and like try some of the yoga nidra. Then the reason I suggest that is because your body already knows how to do it. It's just you're helping remind it. And then if you do need a little bit of boost, then magnesium. Jennifer, I trust that she probably uses a brand that is really beneficial. Because some brands are crap. Like, because supplements are not regulated in any way, some of them will claim magnesium, and I don't, whatever. There is only a couple of brands that I trust that, and I could put them in the Lettuce Fam doc. And if anyone's like, what is the Lettuce Fam doc? Let me pull that up. Um, um, so yeah, that's where I would start. And hold on, let me catch up on the chat before I pull that up. I had, oh wait, I got that one. Fantastic, Bethany. Yes, root, assuring yourself that you're safe. Yes, yes. The root chakra is your I am chakra, so whatever you say after I am is your reality. That, right. One of the things I talk about with my clients too is, or my like claiming symptoms. And I say, those are what you're experiencing. Those are not yours. Those are what you are currently experiencing. But the actual you, it doesn't belong to the actual you. The you underneath all of that. Let's see. Thank you, Ray. Caitlin, thank you. Hugs and love from me too. Good now, Madeline. Villy is a great teacher on IT to calm down the body and giving it extra love by self massage, etc. Yes, yes, yes. Villy is really good. She's usually on 8 a.m. Mondays Eastern Standard Time. She's in Berlin, so I don't know what time that is for her, but she's really good. Her voice is calming. It's so funny because I was on one of her lives one day and I learned she's a DJ. I was like, how polar opposite. I love it. And I learned her birthday is the day before mine, although I'm older. I was like, of course. Gotta love the Pisces. Okay. What else? Thank you, Poonam. If she has any tracks, feel free to share it in the group as well. Scott says, I just started using the app yesterday and had so many interactions and helpful people offer help. This community it went too fast. I need to learn how to read faster. It's beautiful. It is, Scott. I'm telling you, a lot of people will swear by the app and the people they get to interact with. It's been amazing for me just hanging out with all you folks. Okay. Where am I? Helen says, thank you, Nicole. I'm being taught that the universe has my back in this group with all the light bulbs, even my phone breaking and being off IT. brought me a silent place, a space that filled up with emotional thoughts I had been avoiding. Horrible, but needed doing. I needed the opportunity the absence of IT brought. I love that. Helen, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I know I'm like 8 minutes behind. Where am I at? Yep, 8 minutes. Ray says, Robin, can you please message me that info or put it in the group? Yes, please do. And I don't even know what I missed. Oh yeah. And Ray, I'll put a link of the I don't even know how to say it. I'll put a link in the document as well. Jennifer says, hi Poonam, Billy helped me to get back into my body. I was disassociated from my body. Yes. Hang on a sec. There's an emoji limit. Yes, they recently did that. One of the teachers had pointed it out that there's an emoji limit of 3. Yep. Hi Mal. Yep. It's sad, but also not, because some people used to fill paragraphs of emojis. So I appreciate that. Although 5 probably would have been great, but we'll go with it. You just have to put it several chats. It's great you found IT, Scott. There is so much here for us all. Absolutely. Natalia says, I hope everyone has a lovely holiday weekend. This was a rich conversation. I love this space that has so many within the healing arts. Also, those who have learned so much and freely share their knowledge. I am grateful. See you all next week. Oh, I'll have to message her because I know she's probably gone by now. Yep. Meditation series. Love the sound of that. Yeah, so true. Martin says, Helen. Robin says, welcome, Scott. I'm happy. Regulated IT groupie. So many loving, supportive teachers and friends to help every day. Yes. Wendy say, yes, limit of 3 per comment on the newest version. Don't recommend updating. Beth said, Nicole, damn, I keep shaking my head at what you just said. I did run into a past abuser 2 decades later in a different state. He walked up to me in a Walgreens, or his hand on my forearm, and said I looked familiar and asked if he knew me. Oh my God, I would have. I proceeded to vomit and all over the parking lot, have numerous panic attacks, and somehow took myself to the hospital. Worst year ever. I had just passed an appointment, found a school for my son, and got a great job in Seattle. I was supposed to move from New York the following month. I'm still in New York a decade later. Oh, Bethany. Wow. I'm sorry you went through that. I can't even imagine. Whew. That's a lot. Nancy says, I didn't realize you're studying YTT so soon, Nicole. How long will it take? Will you teach it on IT? It'll take a year. I don't know that I would, leased an apartment, thank you. I don't know that I will teach it the traditional way because I don't do anything traditionally. But I will probably incorporate it in some of my teachings, yes. Thank you, Nancy. I also use a sleep mask. Yeah, man, that I had not used it before. My sister bought it for me one year for like Christmas or something, and I was like, I have no idea why she bought this for me. I've never asked for it, never talked about it, and now I'm so grateful for it because I didn't throw it away. Clearly, nature's calm power works the best. Okay, for me. Thank you, Jennifer. And if you could send me a link to that, that would be awesome. I'll add it to the Last Fam doc. Astaxanthin, 18 milligrams. I totally recommend. Google the benefits. Amazing, anti-inflammatory, helps with sleep, skin, and loads of other things. Do share a brand because, like I said, the brands. If you have a trusted source, I please recommend it. I like Amen Clinic's brand. I like Dr. Berg's brands, and Anima Mundi are the ones that I use for supplements, if I use supplements. I used to be terrified to go to sleep between the nightmares and the history of traumas happening at night. I'm better with that and feel relaxed and safe in my current home, but I still don't go to bed until I'm about to collapse. I'm still working on that. Understood, Bethany. Maybe I should do a sleep live where we do some clearing. That's when I'm working with clients who have never had good sleep because nighttime was not safe, which was one of my issues. Do some clearing around that so that you can actually get to experience night the way you're supposed to experience it. Name of homeopathic company, Boiron. Yes. Ignatia Amara. Thank you, Robin. Lynn says, oh my gosh, Bethany. Sarah says, I'm walking in the morning helps regulate the system to fall asleep. Thank you, Sarah. Bethany says, Madeline, how are you? I see you sent me a message, but I can't open any of them. Oh, that's just rude. Big hugs to Bethany. Sleep well. Yes, 10 minutes of sunlight in the eyes in the morning. Game changer. Thank you, Jennifer. I've been, I don't get to, when the sun is rising, that's the one of the things I was reading. It's like right when the sun starts to rise is the best time to look into it or look towards it, because of the vitamin D and all the benefits you get from that. After that, don't look into the sun. It's not good for your eyes. But right as it's rising and right as it's going down, I don't live in a place where I could see the sunrise. Too many houses around. I want to do that one day. I think I'll just go out one morning, like on a day off or something, and just sit out wait for the sunrise and watch it. We want to both ease into sleep, yes, and ease into the day. I have a folder on my teacher profile here called Calm to Sleep, and a playlist of the same name for that slow wind down. Thank you, Madeline. And one called Ease into the Day folder with a playlist for a gentle start for friends to find and enjoy. Awesome, Madeline. Thank you. Please do share that folder in a group if you're open to doing so. The emoji limit is seriously stifling my creativity, I bet. I can't have a whole emoji hieroglyphic sentence with just 3 emojis. Wow, Bethany, that was horrifying, yes. Sleep meds are so common here as well, and for all age groups. Not sure if it's not. Yeah, please don't. Please do not give it to kids. It drives me. Oh, good Lord. Thank you for bringing that up, Puna. I do not recommend sleep meds for any age, especially kids. I have no idea why that hit me so much. There are too many things that we can do naturally. And kids do not need to be on sleep meds. There's not enough scientific evidence to show that the difference between placebo sleep meds and regular sleep meds is very little. And they create such bad side effects and such repeated sleep cycles. And sleep meds are really just sedatives, which means you're not getting restorative sleep when you use them. There's nothing, I'm not saying this against anyone who's taken them. I just want to just make everyone aware, because they don't always share that stuff. And without restorative sleep, you're not giving your brain the opportunity to recover. And it's just a repeating cycle. It is not. Thank you. No, you're good, Pam. I'm glad you brought it up. And that's probably a talk I'm gonna do here on IT. Just sleep in general. Because for so many years, sleep is just a thing I need to do. But it's really a practice that needs to be cultivated. And a couple years ago, I would not think anything of it, but I've been studying it a lot and recognizing how huge of a role it plays in our life. Yeah, you can't. Don't feel bad at all. Like that, I don't even, that reaction surprised me. I've never taken sleep pills, so I have no idea where it came from other than just understanding the impact. And for, because they're trying to introduce cholesterol meds to kids. I'm like, y'all. Whew. I know y'all do. I appreciate it. Thank you, Poonam. I really appreciate that you said that. That is a point that really needs to be addressed. That's a lot. Rough, Bethany. Thank you for sharing. So glad you're here, dear friend. I love it. Good now, Daphne. Get yours from Amazon. Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Bethany's Helen says, Bethany, I'm sending you the biggest. I lost it. Biggest love, light, and peace. I see you. You're brave. Nicole, I love your clearing lives. Feel to refresh and clean after. Good. I'm glad. Welcome back, Pam. Nighttime and sleep felt unsafe. Yes, a sleep clearing would be great, Nicole. Thank you, Madeline. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I have no problem with naps. Those are delicious and divine. Understandable. My goal is to help you get better sleep, so naps are not required. Although I know that we developed as biphasic beings, so in theory, a midday nap, so like the siestas, that I don't know if Spain still does that, but those are like really beneficial. There's so much evidence around it. Even some companies like Google, Amazon, they're like, wait, we can get more productivity out of people if we let them honor their sleep cycle, their natural sleep ways. They have like rooms where people can go and take naps in. I'm like, I need to work for them. But yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That means a lot from Bethany. Nicole, I'm not sure if I'm in your group. What is the name? Yes, the group is Antara Mastery World Peace through Inner Peace. The easiest way to find it too is to go to my profile. I think it's on the first page of the profile if you scroll all the way down. Don't get me lying. Yep. So as soon as you go to that link right there and scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see Antara Mastery World Peace through Inner Peace. And that's my group. Let's see. Right, Kim. Like Kim was like, I'll just break up the hieroglyphic sentence, and that works for me too. I'm still sleepy. My language skills are not online today. It's totally fine, Jennifer. Kim. Kim. I love it. I've never taken any sleep meds at all, says Poonam. Hopefully it stays like this throughout. Usually I fall asleep in 15 minutes or so. I don't want to jinx it though. You won't jinx it. It sounds like you have cultivated a good routine for yourself. I lost it. Got right around that beastly emoji embargo. Embargo. What a great word. I love you too, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy, for the hugs. And again, no worries, Poonam. Thank you for the love, Kim. I appreciate it. Good now, KD. Yoga teacher training. I'll be going through that starting in August with my school. Compassionate soul. You are expressing this. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate you. Madeline says, Bethany, oh, the DMs here have been weird and buggy. I've wondered how you are. I love it. Understand it's a vicious loop you can't come out of once it started. You can. It just takes very conscious action, and it takes kind of surviving through the grogginess for a little bit. It is most helpful if you can do it when you don't have anywhere to be. Thank you for the hugs received. Nicole needed to cry, and we all get to cry to release the bullshit. That's a great Jennifer. I love it. Thank you for bringing up all this about sleeping. I need to address my sleep habits too. My sleeping is rubbish right now. Love you, Nicole. Love you too, Robin. Thank you. Lifestyle first, remedies second, drugs last. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That is the order of things, because really our bodies are so freaking intelligent if given the right environment. Big Pharma, yes. Thank you. It burns my buttons so much. Me too. It's there's not a lot of money in people being healthy. You don't go to the doctor. You don't pay for drugs. It's an unfortunate thing that we're in. Bethany says, my doctor keeps trying to put me on meds for sleep, and I tried several and they effed me up bad. I would be trapped in night terrors and have hallucinations. I still struggle and don't stay asleep, but that's due to chronic pain. That's another thing too. But PTSD is about feeling powerless, not being able to be alert and functional as needed. At night, I feel safer and sleep better knowing I can be alert. Understandable, Bethany. Know this too, that once sleep is safe at night and you're able to get that restorative sleep, you will feel more alert and you will feel more at ease and more repowered. Not empowered, repowered, because it comes from within. But it's a process and it will take time. My goodness, what a topic we have touched today. I know, yeah, sleep has become my second passion. You know, I love brains, but sleep, brain, they go together. They are a couple. Let's see. I'm a sleepaholic, especially because I love dreaming. Oh, Daphne, that's awesome. When he said yes, Spain, Italy, and one or two other still close towns down and go home for naps. You know, I love that. There was one town or something where they stopped doing siestas and the rate of heart disease went up. That's all I got. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's why I'm leaving. I need to find a new place to live. Anyway, Pam says you could make full-length movie from my dreams. I love it, Pam. You should. Are you recording them? Katie says, yes, Wendy. Meds for everyday living is so weird when we think about it like that. Like meds or vitamins. Oh my goodness. You're right. Meds for everyday living. Not doing that. Yeah, it's 104. I love it. I think I'd still need to rest or continue to, yes, if not napping, just because, yes, I agree. There are definitely practices that will still benefit and still, like, yeah, don't stop moving. Don't stop moving. You'll find your groove for sure. I'm so excited for you to do your YTT. It's the best. I believe that you're, Lauren. Just the one class that we had, yoga as union, we spoke about like yoga as the state of being, the state of consciousness. I mean, and then we did some asanas that are specifically designed to help prepare you for meditation. And just doing that was nice, and it actually brought up some things, and it showed how I was not very connected to my body. Just those simple asanas. Excuse me. So I was called to YTT. I had never seen myself like teaching yoga or anything like that, but Spirit was like, "Yeah, you're going." Like, okay, I'm not. Who am I to argue? Um, let's see. I'm on it, Madeline. Yes, love it. Helen says, big hug, Nicole. Using meds instead of all the tools as humans have to help ourselves is just a fast answer for a time strapped meds focused system. Yes, but all you IT teachers are changing that for all of us, teaching us to find our way home to ourselves. Take the meds when needed them, but let us learn all about our own biology and IT tools too. I love that, Helen. Thank you. For sure. Sleepaholic. When he said that's the reason so many natural healing methods have been hidden or propaganda, yep, into lies of woo woo. Healthcare needs to make money. They can't. Yep. I thought about that too. I was like, if we become more well, we would need less doctors, less nurses, and I'm like, well, where would they go? Not saying that I want people to stay sick, but I just also thought about how many people would need to change their jobs. I mean, we're having to do that a lot with AI too right now these days, but that was something else I thought about. It definitely helps the economy when people are sick as far as that goes. But then again, you see other studies that's like the loss of productivity for absenteeism from work. And so one part of the economy benefits from people being sick and another part does not. And the human does not benefit from being sick in any kind of way, other than maybe creating some awakening within. Thanks, Nicole, and all peaceful pals. You're so welcome. Exactly what I was saying earlier, Wendy. Trying to voice memo. I try to write down gratitudes before bed. They says dreams are the minutia from the day. Yeah, the way the lady talked about dreams was they can actually help shape your life. She didn't go really into it. It was just a brief talk, just because dreaming is part of integration. It's part of the process for the brain that's very beneficial for the brain. So that's why her talk was in there. Okay. I would like a conversation on overall supplement also someday. Want to know all perspectives on the same. Awesome. They made chakras and holistic methods of healing into woo-woo to be laughed at. Yep. Well, people are starting to change though, because they're tired of being tired. There are multiple opinions in the world, not sure what to follow. Poonam, cultivating that inner voice, that deep inner voice, is how you'll know what to follow. You can also do muscle testing on supplements, on foods, to see if they're good for you as well, for your particular body, because one person's poison is another person's medicine, so to speak. So, but it's still, because the intellect is good for discerning, the body is going to tell you the truth. So don't use your mind to make decisions. Listen to your body first, and then use your mind to help discern between all that you're experiencing. That is the best approach. Jennifer's turns out losing that 1 hour has measurable effects on our bodies. It does. Research has found, a spike in heart attacks. One Michigan study found a 24% increase in heart attacks on the Monday following the switch to daylight savings time, along with an uptick in, car accidents? Strokes, fatal car crashes, in the days, nights after the springtime change, with researchers pointing to sleep deprivation as likely cause. Not every study agrees on how big the effect really is. Some more recent research suggests it's smaller than originally reported, but there's a consistent pattern showing that even a small hour of lost sleep throws off circadian rhythm enough to affect heart health, alertness, and safety for several days after. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. Wendy says, Sarah, same with acupuncture, herbs, meditation, all of it. Yep, for sure. Katie says, yes, Sarah, or commodities. We shouldn't have buy good health. For sure. Linda says, oh, I see you teaching yoga. I see you at peace and comfortable in yoga. Thank you, Linda. I received that. Healthcare is a business. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Bethany says, I appreciate all of you so very much, not only for your compassionate support, but for having this highly engaging conversation that's keeping me from going to do laundry. A tribe supporting my procrastination. I love you all. Big hugs, Bethany. You're welcome. Yes, it's a business, so we have to reframe healthcare like we're doing here. Yep. Maybe for physical health, but what about mental health? All treatment is reactive, and the entire process is literally upside down. It absolutely is, and hence all of these modalities are definitely they speak to mental health too. I mean, I'm telling you, sleep is one of the biggest things. Lack of sleep will mess up mental health. And the scariest thing is, and I've been trying to figure out why this is, and I think I figured it out. I think, but I haven't, I'm not sure. But they say you cannot make up for lost sleep. And the only thing that, because I'm like, how? If you sleep longer, how is that not making up for lost sleep? But if the body only goes through a certain amount of sleep cycles a night or as sleep, then that means if you missed sleep cycles because of lost sleep, you're not going to get that back. So that's my working theory right now, because I was like, how? You just go sleep a little bit longer, but that's not how that works, unfortunately. Your brain can only do certain things at different cycles throughout the night, and if you miss those cycles, you miss that opportunity for your brain to do what it does in that time frame. It can't do it tomorrow. That's the working theory, because I'm still trying to figure out like why they say you can't make up sleep. I'm like, whatever. So I'll figure that out one day, because I need to know, just personally. Let's see. Brave, badass Bethany, yes. Let us be calm. Bethany, I sometimes multitask with Nicole, reading everyone's comments. I can get some chores done. Touche. Pam, don't ruin this for me. I love it. Punam says, on a lighter note, people in the world may also benefit from a 4-day work week. Yes, absolutely, that too. In this country, a 4-day work week means you're working 10 hours a day, 4 days straight, though. It doesn't mean you can still work only 32 hours. What's 8 times 4? It's 32, right? Oh, let's see. Helen says, I'm very glad you stayed here for this conversation, Bethany, instead of doing the laundry. Good now, Laura. Correct. I believe also you cannot make up for lost sleep. Yeah, everything that I've studied so far has said that, but they have not said why. Scientifically, they have not said why. And just from learning more and more about sleep and the sleep cycles, the only thing I'm able to gather at this point is it's because if you've missed that cycle, because in my mind I'm like, but if you get that cycle the next night, can't it just get rid of the extra gook that was left over? I gotta research and study it some more, and we're actually over time. So I will get to the end of this, and we will close out. Let's see. Me too, Helen. I'm just I lost it. But also seriously, the timing of this topic is perfect. I'm ready to learn more and do more. I love that, Bethany. At the cycle are more beneficial at certain times. I think that goes into the why for sleep cycles. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, I will find out, because part of my curiosity is because I spent a lot of years not getting enough sleep, and I'm like, and dementias in my family, and so I'm like, have I activated that gene? Like so many things. I'm like, um, I have to hop off, everybody. This has been such a great conversation. Thank you, Nicole, for holding space, and thank you to everyone for showing up and making this world even more awesome by you being in it. Thank you, Kim, if you're still here. Loves and hugs. Helen says, Bethany, I'm dealing with healing from what you have shared too. I am also inspired by the work you have done and are doing. Gives me hope that will heal you. Yes. Thank you so much. Yay, Helen. Poonam says, that's interesting how brain can only do certain things in those cycles. Even I used to think that the body can compensate the night sleep by sleeping extra in the day. Yeah, because they don't talk enough about sleep. They haven't really, I mean, it's starting to be brought more into the conversations, but yeah, whole other conversation. Mental health, reactive, say more, and cannot make up for lost sleep. It takes me a long time to recover from insomnia. Yeah, that's understandable. Jessica, amen, sister. Yes to all of this conversation. Free Flow Friday, and I'm singing Ease on Down the Road, Diana Ross style from the movie The Wiz. I love it. Thank you for ease into sleep idea. Absolutely. Linda says, I went to a 4-day work week after being an essential worker during COVID. Best thing ever until I retired and at normal hours. Yes. Ease on down the road and take it easy by the Eagles. Oh my goodness. Wendy says, thank you, Nicole. And everyone here, another great Free Flow Friday conversation and gathering. I love you all. I love you too, Wendy. Look at this. I'm just rubbing my deltoid and it thinks I put a thumb up, but it works. Thumb up is applicable. Bethany says, Helen, message me anytime. I believe in healing out loud. I've worked too hard for too long to be the only one to benefit. I truly believe that, so I share successes and mistakes. Same. Bethany, you give me it. That's okay. We got you, Helen. Poonam says, all of a sudden, I want to become an insomnia healer now. Look, I'm telling you. Katie C, hey, I love you. Thanks you. You're so welcome. Let me say good now to folks. I saw Anna, I see Laura, Jeffrey. Good now to you all. Good now, DW. I hope y'all have enjoyed this conversation. Kate, I'm telling you, never know where Free Flow Friday is going to go. And it's been awesome sauce, as always. Good now. We have 2 Wendy's here. I love it. Love it. Kat, good now, loves. Lou, good now, love. Anna, loved it. Good, I'm glad. I'll message you. Helen says I'll message you. Good now, Nicole, and all happy Friday. Happy Friday, Jamie, love. This was perfect. I'm glad. Paola, good now, love. Did I get everyone? Lila, good now. That horsey. I love it. Rachel, good now, love. Maureen, did I say good now out loud to you? I'm not sure. Kyron Marie, good now, love. 2 Jessicas here. Good now, Jessica. Allie, I don't know if I said hi, good now to you in this live or just the last one. I can't remember, but good now to you. Let's see. You know what? I am probably not pronouncing your name correctly. Please correct me if that is incorrect. Awesome. Kelly, good now to you. And I think I've said good now to all the ones I can see and good now to anyone I am not able to see. Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing in this conversation with us, participating. Yeah, as you can see, I have a passion for people not suffering. What made you want to be an insomnia helper? That was mine. Mine wasn't insomnia so much. That was Poonam that said that. Mine is mostly inner mastery. That's really where I like to focus, and part of that is being able to get good sleep. So bye-bye, and thank you for sharing your precious now moments here, everyone. Yes, Poonam, thank you. Lila says thank you. What an interesting convo I came into, and I swear, Nicole, your room changes every time. Yeah, this is my primary, like when I do daytime lives. This is primarily where I sit. This is my office. When I do the dancing, it's in the living room, and when I do my morning meditations, it's in the meditation room. If I'm traveling, you will see those spaces as well, because I'll continue to show up. This was so much better than isolating. I'm so glad, Bethany. Later, Gator. Looking forward to seeing you. 444, yep, 444 Club this evening for anyone who would like to hang out. Excuse me. Madeline says, if missed some chat messages, my apologies, friends. Mainly been listening to Nicole speaking and what she read. Thank you, Madeline. No worries. Such cool spaces. Good to see you, Pam. Quick dental question. I need 2 crowns, no insurance. Any recommendations? Do I need all my teeth? Do I need all my teeth? Maybe travel to get done cheaper. Without insurance. Some people have you heard of Care Credit, Laura? I think it's called Care Credit. Is it Care Credit? Yeah. Care Credit is a card that you can use to pay over time for medical stuff. I suppose some multitasking is now in order. 404 Club is 944. It'll be 944 for you, Helen. 944 Club. How it works. Care Credit Card is a simple, flexible way to pay for a wide range of health and wellness wants and needs for you and your family and your pets. See if you pre-qualify. I think it is like a credit card, so if you have challenges getting credit cards, then that might not be a thing. But yeah, it's a card that you can use to pay for medical stuff. Outside of that, the only other thing I could offer would be a credit card itself so that you can pay over time. Some dental offices also have programs where you can pay over time. I would focus more on where you can get the best care, not the cheapest, and see how you can make that work. Yeah, yeah. Because dental health is another thing that apparently affects your brain health. I have not figured out that correlation yet, but I remember Dr. Amen saying if you flossing your teeth helps with mental brain health. I'm like, I'm not quite sure how that correlates just yet. I'll look into that someday after I finish learning about sleep. But that's what I would recommend if you can. How many 444s do I need to see today? Angel numbers all around. I love that, Lila. Let's see. Wendy says, Laura, lots of people finding it cheaper to book flights to other countries for dental work. Do some research on that. I had dental work done in Turkey, and the price was 99% cheaper than the States. Of course it is. Check to see if you have any dentistry schools in your area. That's a good one too, Bethany. Although I don't like being learned on myself personally. If it's a medical dental school, a military dental school, I would be more inclined a little bit. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, but that is also an option. Wendy, the other Wendy says dental schools will offer much cheaper rates if you live near one. Thank you, Wendy. Bacteria in the brain. That makes sense, Katie. Thank you. Wendy says, I also had some done in Spain at more than 50% cheaper than the US. They usually do free services or discounted for the schools. Yes, yes. Awesome. I think, I feel like I feel like if you go to a school, because they are being monitored by, professors and stuff, I would be curious to see if you can ask specifically, like, can you, professor, be the one just showing them how to do it and not have them do my mouth? But I don't think professors will allow someone to work on someone who is not shown that they're ready to work on someone. I still think for me, it's not my preference, but I am fortunate enough to have insurance, so I can be a little bit more particular. Madeline says, I can imagine flossing helping both to reduce amounts of certain bacteria in the mouth and also the fine motorical skills practice with coordinated proper movement. That makes sense, Madeline. Thank you. Bethany says, I'm in a huge medical community with the University of Rochester. Oh, it's 1 p.m. here. Bye, y'all. Oh, goodness. Later, Helen. Floss every day. I like it. I'm for it. Good now, Sue. There's people who would be around making sure that they did nothing wrong, but Laura, you get what you can get. How expensive is it usually? How much is it normally where you are? I know it can be a lot. Stephanie number 2 says, yes, that is how Care Credit works. My dental office suggested it for work I had done, qualified me in the office, and I have 12 months to pay it off and not have any not having to pay the interest. Just be mindful that credit score may drop initially. I was approved for $3,000 and the dental work was $2,300. So on a Care Credit card that I am using, 70% of the available credit, which made the score drop. Yeah, that wasn't explained to me, but score recovers over time, of course. Yep. Thank you, Stephanie. Very, very true. 6,000. Good Lord. 3,000 per tooth. Do they really need to? Whatever. I'm not even. Got you. Avoid any schools that aren't highly rated. No chop shops. Yeah, for sure. Laura, let us know how you navigate that, because I'm sure there are other people who may be in the same. I'm sure maybe that doesn't match, but you know what I mean. There may be other people in the same boat, and what you learn will be helpful to the community. I never did show the Lettuce Fam doc. But you can get to the Lettuce Fam doc for anyone who's like, what are you talking about? I have a document that I just capture tips and things from the community here. And it's in my profile. It's called Let Us Relate, I think. I think that's what I called it. And Rhonda named it for me. If you go to the About tab, go to my link. It just, yeah, let us relate, but it's the lettuce emoji. Let us relate. I worry about the metal in my mouth too. It doesn't have to be metal. They have a different type of material now as well. Before I retired from the Army, I had them remove any, yes, I think so. I had them remove any metal fillings and put in the other stuff. Madeline says, I don't know the regulations in the U.S. can speak for Germany and Sweden regarding dental school training treatment. There are very strict qualifications required before students get to work on patients, and there are supervisor dentists who support and check the quality of each critical step before the next is allowed. So treatment is very safe. It simply takes longer than at a regular dental clinic. I love that, Madeline. I don't think they use metal anymore. I think they stopped as well. I don't know for sure. It also probably depends on where you go. And you can always ask. You are in charge of your health. Be your advocate. Yes, I like going to a hospital with first-year residents. That works too. Stephanie number 2 says, my college alma mater sometimes sends offers for cheaper group dental insurance. Thank you, Stephanie number 2. Thank you for asking that question too, Laura. It's just been a very informative free flow. My bad teeth have metal feelings. You can work through asking them to replace them. Get those out. All right, my loves, we are over time, and I've drank a lot of water. I'm gonna leave it at that. You'll know what that means. My bladder says, "Are we done?" I hope that has been helpful for you, Laura. It gives you some things to look into, and keep us posted. And of course, you know you can put some notes in a group, and we will definitely pounce on you with love. Thank you for staying over. This was so good. You're so welcome, Bethany. It's my pleasure. You know, I enjoy these, and it's so fun. Do it yourself. It's so fun because we never know what Free Flow Friday is going to be about, and this has been great. It's always great. So, all right, my lovelies. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me. I'm sending you big love. Thank you for the hearts, by the way. Have a great day, night, everyone. Yes, as always, may you all create the most amazing now moments. Until I see you next time, make every moment count because all we have is this now moment. Lila. Do it yourself. Night for you. Good night, love. Jessica says free float Friday. Yes, yes, yes. String and a doorknob. It's just the feeling, not the tooth. I don't know if you can grab onto a feeling. I love it. Y'all are so fun. All right, my loves. I will see you around the app. If you're joining me for 444, I'll see you then. Otherwise, I'll see you in another teacher's live or another one of my lives, or I'll see you. Either way. Ciao for now. MacGyver. Get a paper clip. Are we dating ourselves? Anyway. I will see y'all later. Thank you for being you. I really appreciate it. And if anybody who doesn't know who MacGyver is, I'm just gonna hug you. All right, my loves. I'll see you around. Ciao for now. And I can't see my window for the other platforms, so I don't know if anyone's here. Someone's here. Thank you for being here. And I will see you around. Ciao for now.